Looking at question 6, it says a procedure CountVowels will be called with a string containing alphanumeric characters as its parameter. It will count and output the number of occurrences of each vowel, right, so A, E, I, O, U in the string, and it will count and output the number of occurrences of the other alphabetic characters as a single total. Where it says the string may contain both uppercase and lowercase characters. Now, the thing to note here is that, well, it's a bit confusing because, I mean, here it says alphanumeric, right? Here it says upper and lowercase, but I mean the string can also contain numbers as well, right? Because they do say alphanumeric, and yeah, that will be important because, well, we need to verify that, you know, the current character is actually alphabetic, right? Because anything like a number shouldn't be counted. I mean, here they shouldn't have spaces or they shouldn't have punctuation, but yeah, still numbers, right? They have to be, you know, discounted. Right, anyway, it says each count value will be stored in a unique element of a global 1D array called char count of type integer. The array will contain 6 elements. So what that's saying is, well, let's say element 1 is going to represent, you know, the number of A's, right? 2 is the number of E's, right? So on. And then element 6, well, that's going to be a total count of all of the other, you know, alphabetic characters, right? Or consonants, effectively. So if we just go ahead and try and do this, then let's just go procedure, right? This is CountVowels, and yeah, if you notice, I have actually created this global char count already, right? So you will need that. Right, the parameter, well, let's call it text, and that'll be of type string. Now, what you've got to think, I mean, in the exam, of course, you don't need to do this, but let's say if we go call CountVowels, let's just say hello. Now, after, you know, well, when we run this once, right, it's going to say E is 0, you know, of course, O is 0, right? Then if we run it again, because, I mean, maybe you're calling this many times in the program, well, then you have to think, right, E will still be 1 because it will be 1 from the previous time, right? And like now E is going to become 2 because you've got, you know, the previous count plus the current count. So what that means is effectively, well, each time we need to, you know, reinitialize all of these char counts to 0. All of the elements in that array to 0. But let's think then first about the variables we need. I mean, if we're looping through a string, okay, because, well, that's what we're doing, right, looping through character by character, then we'll need something like maybe current char, and, well, that'll be of type character. And I mean, I think that's all we need, right? And then what we can do, it depends how you do it, but yeah, if you just want the simple method, I think this is all you need. Right, so first, I mean, let's go index, and like I said, we just want to loop through char count, right, initialize everything to 0. This will start at 1, let's go to 6, and let's go char count, right, index, and then, yeah, just assign it 0 like this. Right, then let's go next index. Now, here then we can just loop through, in fact, well, hang on, before we loop through the string, right, it does also say they can be uppercase and lowercase. Now, I mean, the way we can check, let's say if it's an A, if it's an E, right, if it's an I, yeah, etc. I mean, you could do it just using, you know, a lot of if statements. But I mean, that's going to get, you know, super nested. It's going to be quite long. It's difficult, right? The sort of cleaner way or the shorter way of doing it is just going to be using a case statement. And I mean, you could do, you know, case of, and then sort of, well, small a, right, comma, big, small a, comma, big A, right, for multiple values. But really, it makes sense just convert the whole string to lowercase. Or convert the whole string to uppercase. Just keep it, you know, the same case. And then, right, then you only have to check, you know, small a's, for example. Let's just go text, right, that's, well, 2 lower of text. Right, 2 lower, well, obviously that's the whole string, right? If you only want to convert an individual character, well, that's L case, or U case for uppercase. Right, so here let's go 4, again let's go index, and let's go 1. Right then, well, here, right, this is to the length of the string because we're looping through, you know, character by character. Now, in order to get the current character, I mean, hopefully you're familiar with this. We go current character, then we go mid, right? The string, well, that's this text. The starting position is the index, and then the length, well, the length of the substring, or the length of the string, right, that's just 1. And the reason this works is because, well, the first iteration, you know, index is 1. So that's saying start at character 1 and just get 1 character. So effectively get the first character, right? The next iteration index will be 2. So this says, you know, start at character 2, also get 1 character. So it's just going to get, you know, H, E, yeah, L, L, O, right, individually. Right, what we can do then, let's go case of, and we go, yeah, case of current character. Now, I mean, here we just go A, and if it's A, well, then we just want to increment this at index 1. And like, I will actually show you a sort of slightly shorter way that we can possibly do this. But I mean, yeah, here, let's just kind of manually type them out 6 times, all right? So let's go, right, char count 1, and then just, well, plus 1 like this. And to be honest, I'm just going to copy this because, well, it's, you know, quite tedious. And yeah, I do notice there's actually a small bug on the website. I changed some of the copy and paste code, and I mean, now when you paste, basically it just resets the cursor, you know, back to sort of yeah, well, here, you know, index 1, or yeah, line 1. All right, so I will try and fix that. Right, let's just go end case, and then what we want to do, I think this one is going to be E, right, the next one is going to be I, the next one is O, right, then it's U. And I mean, yeah, these do have to be the correct order. Now this one is a bit more tricky because, you know, first I was thinking, well, you know, let's say otherwise, but the problem with that is, well, if you have, let's say hello 1 2 3, right, that's also going to include, you know, 1 2 3, and it's going to increment this. Now, of course, you know, we're also going to change these indexes as well. So yeah, maybe let's just do that first. Hang on, right, there we go. Right, so the problem with using otherwise is, well, if they have a number like this, right, that's also going to increment this, you know, index 6. So, I mean, there's kind of a few ways we can do it. You know, one, we can just wrap this inside an if. So we go if current char is greater than or equal to small a, yeah, and current char is less than or equal to small z, right? And I mean, if you wanted, you could also use the ASC function. So yeah, if current char is if ASC current char is greater than or equal to 97, right, which is this small a, and then yeah, small z, well, plus 25, right, so that's 122. You know, so we could say, well, you know, do this, right, let's go then, and yeah, let's just indent all of this case, and right, then let's just go end if. So, you know, in this case, this should actually work, and I will test it, although, yeah, I will show you the way they do it in the exam as well, or sorry, in the mark scheme, because I think in the mark scheme, you know, they just go, let's say A to Z like this, and then in that case, you don't need this if statement to check. So yeah, let's just get rid of this if statement. Right, although of course, you know, both solutions are fine. Right, and then yeah, let's just say next index, and is there anything else we need to do there? No, so I think that should be fine, and then we just need to output at the end. Right, so again, well, to output, let's go, right, for index, this will be 1, and now it's to 6, okay, because, well, 6 is the, you know, amount of elements in this char count. And then what we're going to do, let's go output char count, and let's go index. Right, and then let's go next index, and I think just end procedure. And yeah, let's try and run this, see if it works. Okay, so that's saying 1E, yeah, that seems correct. All right, 1O, yeah, that seems correct. And then, yeah, 3 consonants. All right, so H, L, and, well, L. Right, guys, I mean, so this seems to work. Now, one thing I did think was, did they also want us to output something like this, where, you know, A is 0, I guess, yeah, E is 1, like this. All right, and, I mean, I did check the mark scheme, you know, it turns out they don't. However, let's imagine they did ask you to do this. Right, and I mean, this is going to get a little bit longer now. Probably the easiest way you can do it is, well, if you just create an array, okay, also of 6 elements, but in this case, what you're storing is, well, you're storing basically the character. And the thing is, you know, this one, like, probably we can call it consonants like this. You can call it consonants, or, you know, others, or, yeah, non-vowels, right, anything. So, you know, while these can be characters, of course, well, this one, it can't be a character. Right, so that means the array is going to have to be a string array. So let's go here. Maybe let's call it. I mean, I was going to call it like char at position, or, you know, string at position or something. You know, that's not really the best name, but hang on. Yeah, I can't really think what to call it. Right, so let's say array. This will be 1 to 6, and let's go of string. And then, I mean, here we just need to assign them. So let's go 1. You know, now on the website, of course, where you can do this, right, just assign them all in one go. However, I think, you know, for the exam they do want you to do them individually like this, really. Right, so let's go A, and again, I'm just going to copy this. Yeah, that's really annoying about that paste kind of jumping everywhere. Right, so here, let's make sure to change the indexes, or indices. And again, let's make sure we also get the correct order, right, so A, E, I, O, U. And let's hit, yeah, let's say consonants. Right, and then what we do, just here then in the output statement, let's go, yeah, char at position, this will be index, and let's just go with the colon like this, and hopefully this should work. Yeah, okay, this seems to work. And I mean, of course, you know, let's change the text here, maybe let's go like pseudocode, and let's also try some uppercase as well, just to, you know, check it's working uppercase and lowercase. So yeah, E is 2, yeah, I guess that's correct. O is, yeah, okay, I mean, right, yeah, O is 2, yeah, I guess that's correct. U, yeah, 1, and then 5 consonants, so I say P, S, yeah, D, C, and D, yeah, so 5. Alright guys, so again, I mean, this seems to work now. I mean, hopefully this makes sense, right? If you've got any questions, ask in the comments, ask on Discord, and yeah, hope to see you again in the next video.